I was walking around the West Village the other day when I saw a store called Crazy Fantasy. It made me wonder, what's the difference between a normal fantasy and a crazy fantasy? A tree that runs? That's clearly a fantasy. But what about a tree that runs for county commissioner? The sword in the stone? That's a fantasy. The sword in the stone and the sword? That's crazy. Speaking to the dead? Fantasy. Not speaking to the dead? Crazy. Everything you touch turns to gold? Fantasy. But what if everything you touched turned you in? I've heard stories about trolls living under bridges, but you never hear any stories about the trolls living under Nash bridges. The real world can get boring. That's why we have fantasies. But when your fantasies get stale, always remember that you can spice things up with the purple rain of frogs.